We waited up on the ridge that morning for a bird to start gobbling. Once we heard one, we got down in the coulee and set up about 100 yards away from him, hoping to call him in off the roost. He got down. Dad. This bird was following some hens out away from us, and we decided to pick up and move about 150 yards closer to him. This bird eventually moved off with those hens, so we decided to pick up and go scout some other areas, then return that afternoon with hopes of running into him again. We had two birds here working in from behind us.
great hunt. That was fun. We were set up right here facing this way. We thought the birds would work up the coulee towards us. We got the decoys. The Jake was at about 10 yards and a hen beyond him. And we heard one bird gobble way back up in the hill, I don't know, an hour ago maybe, disappeared. And all of a sudden we got a couple birds gobbling behind us. I don't even know how they got back there where they came from. And they sat back there for a while, started calling to them, and sure enough, eventually they started working our way, but they're coming in right behind our setup. So we were afraid to move. I had to just turn my head and keep focused on the decoys, because if they would have seen us turning our heads or anything on the way in, because they walked literally right up here about, I don't know, same thing, 8-10 yards from us.
The last gobble was probably 40 yards-ish behind us.
Yeah.
And then they shut up, and then we were both facing this way, and I heard it was like spinning.
Spinning and drumming? Yeah.
So they must have been within 15-20 yards at that point.
Yeah, to hear that.
They literally walked within 8 yards.
Yep.
Straight to the decoys.
Straight to the decoy. Man, that's fun. Once they get locked onto a decoy, you can do anything you want.
Yeah.
Because we're out in the open, I had to watch for both birds to have their eyes covered up. So you wait for them to get behind the decoy, fan up so you can get your bow up and draw. Well, the other bird, they were both covered up facing away. I got my bow up and started to draw, and the other bird saw me just a little bit, got nervous. That lasted about
a second.
3 seconds.
Went straight back on the decoy.
Straight back to wailing on the decoy. The other bird was really a big bird. I could see his spurs just when he walked by. This is a 2-year-old. That other bird was a really big bird. I don't care. The first one that offered me a shot got an arrow.
Yeah. And then he went, the one Dad shot, he was about 6 feet off my feet.
Yep.
Laying there. And the other one is poking his head around, jumps back on the decoy, starts hammering on the decoys again. He would have sat there for another 10 minutes.
He would have sat there. We've timed it before. I shot a bird on decoys that had buddies with them. After 45 minutes, I got bored of watching them wail on my decoy and had to go kick them out. But Chris is telling me this one's got his head poked up, and Chris is saying, "Go get him! Go get him! Go get him!" Well, in case I could see one leg and he wasn't moving, I figured I spined him. All he could move was one wing. So that guy's on the decoy at 10 yards. This guy's got his head up and he's watching us. And I'm in my chair and I've got to uncover my quiver, dig out another arrow, and this guy on the decoy's watching me knock an arrow, put my bow up in case this guy does stand up. Nothing. He just kept wailing on the decoy. Couldn't have cared less. I could have stood up probably and shot him.
Well, eventually he kind of worked out just a little bit. Dad stood up and he was still standing there at 30 yards.
Standing there at 30 yards putting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
that was fun.
Pretty successful second day here.
Montana Merriam's, man. That was fun.